Oh my gosh. I've only been on stream for a few minutes and we already got a hype train. Oh my gosh. Thank you all so much. Thank you, Kuboros, for the sub. And thank you, Skyversa, for your sub as well. And thank you, Event Horizon, for our 3rd sub. Yay! Yay, we're a Twitch affiliate now. Hype train! And if you'll notice, we have sound alerts now too. Let me test to make sure that they're working.
The Bouncer.
Can you hear that? Nice. Hi Rob, hi real person. Awesome. Hello Chaos. Chris Abbott. That's from an old game called The Bouncer for the Sega Dreamcast. It was made by Square Enix. The announcer for the title screen is kind of a meme. Yeah, I've added a few. And of course, this one too. I just had to. I had to add that one. Oh, yes, and this one too.
Game over, yeah!
Feel free to do that one if I fail miserably at a game. Hello, Argo. Hello, Wildebeard. Hi. Hello, everyone. Oh my gosh, what a week. I actually started the stream right at the 1 week mark since Freedom Planet 2 came out. Gosh, I think we had something like 21,000 messages in our Discord server since the game released. Oh, it's so crazy. Crazy good. Hi, Blitzechi. Hope you're well too. I'm doing well now that I have mandated some rest and relaxation for the day. I did have to push out a small patch this morning to fix some of the issues with the new input system. Yeah, the game has better controller support now. I spent like 3 days nonstop in like game development Batgirl Gremlin mode. Implementing a new system. Oh gosh, I think that was honestly one of the hardest things I've ever had to do in my entire career. But it was worth it. How much did Paige growl at me in the last few days? Honestly, not that much. I think it's because I've been a little more present. Like I preemptively go out and give her the pets and scritches that she wants. But now it's getting colder. I've noticed that she's not in my office as much. She usually curls up on the living room couch. Any review copies sent? We've sent a few, yeah. I've gotten like absolutely flooded with requests from Steam curators, and a lot of them are automated, so it's been a challenge to sort out the good ones, like the ones that aren't robots. Thank you for all your hard work. Thank you, Will. Office colder than the rest of the house. It's one of the warmer rooms, actually. It gets pretty warm, especially in the summer. But it's perfect for when the winter rolls around. because I don't really have to bundle up until I go into other parts of the house. We're actually working on getting a like a pipe installed for our fireplace. It's like a fireplace that's in like an iron stove thing, but we need a pipe that goes from it into the ceiling and outside the house. But my mother and I are really looking forward to that. Like, gosh, there are a few feelings that match being in front of a roaring fire while the snow is falling outside. Even you got a message from one? Oh, jeez. I remember that. Hi, Joker. Hope you're doing well. Oh yeah, I've got this sound too for when Sammy or Paige are acting up.
What the dog doing?
Oh my gosh, yes. I'm so glad that the temperature is dropping finally. I can wear all of my pretty gothic long sleeves. Start pulling out my sweaters in a few weeks. It's supposed to get pretty cold this week. And the leaves are starting to turn up here. Apparently they usually are fully turned by now, but it's taking them a while. But gosh, once the leaves turn, like, and you see all the yellows and reds and stuff, because we're in a forest, it's absolutely gorgeous once the fall leaves come. How long did I have to work on the latest patch? 3 non-stop days. Yeah, without any breaks. So I did not have a weekend. But I am forcing myself to take a break now. Currently sitting without PC. Aw, that's a shame. I hope you get one soon. But if not, we do have plans to come out on consoles in the summer. It's going to take a lot of extra work to make sure that it works okay. And we also want to include language localizations when we release on consoles. So we still got some work ahead of us. But I think it'll be worth it. Yeah, please take it easy now. You deserve it. Thank you. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling the fatigue now that I've actually forced myself to rest. Because once, like, when you're in the middle of like being focused on something, it can be hard to pay attention to how tired you really are. But as soon as you kind of like clear your mind and just like force yourself to sit down and kind of like introspect, then it finally starts to dawn on you like, oh, I need to rest. Yeah, right now Sammy is in the bed right beside my computer desk, snoring away. Oh, speaking of which, we have email support now. And there are 2 so far. Ta-da! We got one for Sammy and one for yours truly. Those got approved right away. I also put up one for Paige and for my pedal crash sprite, but those are pending approval for some reason. So we need to wait until Twitch takes a look at those, look at those, and they approve them. But gosh, it's so cool to have custom emotes now. The bat, simply the bats, the bats, the bats. The bat. Oh, thank you for the hydrate reminder, Alston. I'll take sippy now. Okay, Yeah, that was good. Thank you. Sprite version looks so adorable. Yeah, I want to commission Ashley for a few more, and I'll use them as my alerts too. Yeah, they look so good. She generally opens up commissions for Pedal Crash sprites every now and then. All of them just have so much personality and bounciness to them. And my Pedal Crash sprites were done before I made my eyes purple because they were originally red. But I think it works because it has that limited Game Boy palette. Ashley's commissions are the "and it's gone" meme. Yeah! Yeah, you kind of gotta keep an eye on them. Maybe I could maybe someday she'll do like applications if like there's a lot of requests. Because I noticed that some artists that do commissions online like have like a request form, and then they pick from that after a few days, just to like give people for different times. Okay, just to give people from different time zones a chance. Hello, Zeus. Oh, welcome. I am Spacey Bottlatelli. I am a bat and also a game developer. We're going on 1 week since our big game project Freedom Planet 2 came out on PC. So I'm just forcing myself to have mandatory rest and relaxation for today. Because like I've been working nonstop for like 3 days. But thankfully the work that I was doing is pushed out now. I was revamping the controller system. Yeah. Updates are still kicking, yeah. We are committed to polishing out some of the rougher edges. Like in the same update that had the controller updates, we also nerfed 100 Drillion because a lot of people were complaining about that boss and it being hard to avoid taking damage. And I think the fix was pretty simple. We just made it so that instead of the boss, because the boss has a giant drill on its head. So the way it used to be is that when it drilled out of the wall and went to the other side of the arena, it has like hundreds of smaller drills that follow it, and they immediately followed it, and it was kind of hard to dodge. So in the new patch, the big drill comes out first, and then after like a second or two, then the smaller drills come, so you have time to jump over him. So it's a simple fix, but I think it helps. Yeah, and I made the electric floors in the very final regular stage a little more forgiving as well. Playing FB2 myself on stream, nothing but praise for the game. Awesome! Thank you for playing, Zeus. How's it felt now that it's all released? Looks like it's been received very well, especially given how quickly it shot up the Steam charts at launch. Oh my goodness, yeah. Like, last time I checked, we were at 96% positive, which is the same as Freedom Planet 1. And we've got over 400 reviews now. That's crazy. I think at this time in Freedom Planet's original launch, like the original game, we had less than 100. So yeah, the fan base came out in full force to support us, and I'm very grateful. Yeah, the only like actual constructive feedback that I've noticed, like in terms of negative reviews, was for the controls, and thankfully that is mostly fixed now. Glad it wasn't just me who had trouble with that boss. Yeah. Another sore spot that I've noticed, which we're going to address in the future, is that Astral Golmec, like a late game boss that has its own stage. Not so bad if you're playing normally, but if you're playing for the secret Rainbow S rank, you can't afford to get hit, and it's the hardest boss to not get hit by. So we're gonna brainstorm and think of a way that we can make that a little less unreasonable for people who have one-hit KO on. Sprite work and music has been way improved. Yeah, absolutely. Gosh, I love how they both turned out. In my country, mostly we're disappointed with FP2 because they didn't like music or graphics or something else. Huh. I wonder if that's like a culture thing, where they're more into like 3D games. Because the US was a lot like that, like during the late 90s, like they were all about like 3D stuff. And like there was a point in time like in the generation that was the original PlayStation and Nintendo 64 and stuff. The big focus was on 3D graphics, and 2D pixel art games looked gorgeous at the time, but they weren't well received by the public. But the pixel games withstood the test of time, and now they're regarded as cult classics. Oh, hi, Satoros. Thank you for stopping by. Huge props to you and all the devs working on FP2. It seems like the launch went pretty well, and you obviously put in a lot of work post-launch to patch major issues quickly. Absolutely. Yeah, this is our baby, and we've been working on it for 7 years. And of course, one of the challenges with that is that our internal testing team can get like it can get a little bit insulated to the point where sometimes we don't know how to test new things or like get different perspectives. So after releasing the game into the wild, we got a whole bunch of like new perspectives from different types of players from all walks of life, and that has helped us improve things. I hope that makes sense, because sometimes I have trouble articulating like more complex ideas in words, but yeah, how do word. But hopefully as I stream more, I'll get more articulate. There are times when I wanted to do a regular attack, but I end up doing Cyclone on the ground. Yeah, I have been considering maybe like having character-specific toggles, like in the options menu for the way certain abilities are activated. That would be like a bit of work to implement, but it might be worth it. Really should have tested one-hit KO sooner. Yeah, we had a lot on our plate leading up to release, so it happens. The important thing is that we live in an era of patches and real-time updates after release, so we don't have to worry about like shipping new physical copies whenever we make a new change or upgrade, which I'm quite thankful for. Just tried a new patch out when my controller works seamlessly. Awesome! Good to hear. Yeah, Rainbow asks, it's not required for anything, it's just for bragging rights. Like, there's nothing in the game that even hints that it exists in the first place. Well, we figured we'd just throw it in just for the speedrunners and experts who really want to test their mettle. Yeah, Treehouse doesn't come up after a certain point. There was actually... I did actually have an idea that there would be a side quest that would involve repairing the treehouse, but we had other priorities. Because the new treehouse, we would have wanted to take the time to make it as pretty as some of the hub environments. And other than that, I'm not really sure what you could do in it, because by the time that you're able to fix it, you'd have already done pretty much everything in the game. Yeah, everything had to be 3D, whether it worked or not. Yeah. Industry trends. Oh, thank you, Will, for the hydration reminder. And thank you, Disaster Millennial, for the follow. I appreciate it. Alright, sippy time. Whoops. Oh, thank you, Zeus, for the follow. I appreciate it. Oh, okay. Oh, it's because they felt the sequel got worse. Huh. Like a whole country? I saw like one review. See, that's something that admittedly I've struggled to come to terms with the idea that some people are just simply going to prefer the original game over the sequel because the differences are so pronounced, even though it's the same classic high-speed gameplay. But yeah, like I've just had it in my head for so long that the sequel is just like objectively better in every way, but the fact is that there are enough differences that it's understandable if some people would prefer the first game. Just insane that Galaxy Trail has a VTuber on their staff. Love the model. Thank you. I made it myself. Oh, let me get the emotes out of the way. Yeah, like... I was gonna commission someone, like a good, live 2D artist to help me make the model, but after a while I was like, you know what? I want to try and learn this and see if I can make my own model. And I must admit there's something special about, like, making your own VTuber model. But yeah, I like it. I think she turned out cute. But of course, eventually, if I stream enough, I think I will commission a new model, of course, in like a similar style, but with like more like expressions and animations. That would be cool. Pants, yeah, I've got hero pants. Entire staff having VTuber Sona. Nice. Yeah. Hi, Scar the Werewolf. Thank you for stopping by. Words are hard, yeah. Sprite animation not expressive? Really? Really? I'm not gonna dwell on it. Opinions are opinions. Hi, Big Andy. Thank you for stopping by. No space user, a chance that the FP2 soundtrack can be on Spotify, iTunes. The music is so good. Thank you. I must admit, I have never used Spotify before, but so many people are asking for it that I think I'll set up an account and take the time to upload the music there. I don't know how it works. Can you make like a Spotify album that's free? Because I don't want to make the soundtrack paid until we have like a lossless quality version. Is Dusky's VTuber Sona gray then? I'm not sure. I'd have to ask her, like, if she had a VTuber model, who would it be? Or, like, would it be just, like, you represented as a character? No launch is 100% perfect. There's always bugs or concerns. You can't test every setup someone would have when playing the game for their first time. Absolutely. That, like PC, releasing a game on a PC first is kind of a double-edged sword, depending on how you look at it. On one hand, updating your game is so much easier on PC than it is on console because you don't have to go through an approval process to make sure everything's okay. You can just update your game like really quickly compared to consoles, and that has helped us a lot in the opening days of our release. But on the other hand, computers are just so different between players. Like all the system configurations are just like vastly different, and like the controller setups and the graphics cards and the hardware and the resolutions, and so you kind of have to like accommodate as many systems as possible. But having the game run flawlessly on every system is kind of an impossibility because there's just so much customization involved with personal computers. Whereas with consoles, even though it takes more effort to get a game approved for console, all of the systems are the same. So if it works on one person's Nintendo Switch or PlayStation, then it'll work on all of them. That's a weird way of spelling Venice. A-L-M-L. Venice is a good bean. Yeah, Freedom Planet 2 has become my game of the year. It's also become my favorite indie game. Thank you, Morgman. Love the new controller configuration update. Awesome, good to hear, Scar. Playing on an Xbox One controller. Could try my Horde Commander to use the way better D-pad. Oh, sweet. Yeah, like, it'll be interesting to see if some of the more, like, uncommon controllers work with the new system. So unknown that it was on the cutting room floor for a bit. Yeah! Like, I admittedly find myself binge reading the cutting room floor sometimes. Because, like, unfinished or, like, dummied out game content is so fascinating to me. But yeah, I noticed somebody was filling out the one for Freedom Planet 2, and I think they're getting a little ahead of themselves. Because the game is still a bit in flux right now. And, yeah, Rainbow S was so obscure that they assumed it was an unused thing. The big sippy. Schlup, schlup. Kudos to the VA staff and writers. This is definitely a more interesting world than the first. Yeah, I'm so thankful for the help from our writing staff to really flesh out the world of Avalos. And the same for Tyson Tan as well. Like, he designed so many characters for us to fill the world with, all like the cool NPCs and stuff. And then of course our team was able to bring them to life with extra shading and animation. I love the way the NPCs kind of like make the world feel alive. And I definitely want to have them like appear again if we ever make any like spin-off Freedom Planet games in the future. Okay. I'm running behind. I think I need to catch up with chat. Oh. Pants. I'm playing FB2 all week. It's everything I hoped for in a sequel. It's clearly a labor of love. And as an indie dev myself, that kind of enthusiasm is inspiring. Thank you, Ghostly Feline Dev. I'm glad you're enjoying it and that inspires you. Maybe one day I'll do the model thing, but I'm trying to set up with PMG strip rights. Yeah, starting off as a PNG is definitely a good idea. Like, before you commit, like, the time and possibly money towards making a model. I had a Ping Tuber version of Spacey Batelli set up, just in case I couldn't figure out Live 2D. But thankfully, I was able to learn, thanks to the lovely step-by-step tutorials that are up on YouTube. Oh my god, so cute. Yeah, thank you. I can't do her voice for 3 hours, oh gosh. Yeah, I feel that, Dusky. You said you wanted to stream Mega Man sometime next year. Any other plans for games to stream in the near future? Yes, I want Mega Manuary to be a thing. I also want to dedicate a couple weeks to Shovel Knight games. And of course, I want to have a Sonic month, but I'll save that for June because Sonic and I have birthdays that are only days apart. So I think it'd be appropriate to do that in June. But maybe I'll play Sonic stuff before then, but it'll be like a one-off thing. And yeah, there's a few other game series that I wanted to dive into. I think it'd be fun to do like a Morrowind pacifist run. Because I played around with that a couple years ago and I got pretty far. Like, there's a lot you can do in the game without killing a single monster. But like, there are mandatory kills in order to progress through the story, but I want to see like exactly how much of the game that I can complete without killing anything. I think that'd be a really interesting challenge. I've actually made a list of stuff that I want to try out. Let me see. Yeah, I haven't given A Hat in Time an earnest playthrough yet. I want to play that too. And, of course, the Daytona USA series. I've only played the original arcade version and the Sega Saturn version. So I want to see what the other Daytona US games are like. Oh yeah, and I wanna play Doom. Like the Doom series. I wanna make like classic Doom like a semi-regular thing where I play through the original Doom games first, and then I start playing with like mods because there's so many amazing like mods and level sets. And like some mods just like turn it into a completely different game. Like, I could just be a Doom streamer and stream nothing but classic Doom mods, and I would never run out of things to play. That's how crazy the Doom modding scene is. And, like, the game, like, is practically as old as I am. Like, I had a pacifier while John Romero was doing his thing with his team. It's really cool how long classic Doom has lasted. It's basically withstood the test of time and become kind of an all-purpose game engine in its own right. Yeah, I've had a lot of fun throughout my life with Doom stuff. So yeah, I would like to play that as well. Yeah, I want to play a bunch of Nintendo 64 games too. Because it's a good console and I have a lot of nostalgia for it. Like Mario Kart 64 and Diddy Kong Racing and Super Mario 64, Banjo-Kazooie, Perfect Dark. Thank you, Silver CHX. Thank you, Silver CHX, for the subscription. Thank you. That would be number 4 in subscribers. Gosh, thank you all so much. Absolutely. Oh gosh, I need to catch up with chat. I streamed the game for my friends until I beat 3 story arcs and they liked it. Awesome! Glad to hear that, Joker. Hey Sabrina, why does everyone want me to VTube as Venice? Because she suits you. I think she suits you. She's a fluffy little chaos gremlin with a bird companion. Yeah, the NPCs. NPCs need more attention in games. Oh, okay. Weird question, but there was this billboard in Fortune Night with a pair of sparkling eyes. I always thought that was supposed to be Thunder Lilling. Was there a story behind that billboard? Yes. The original Freedom Planet had a Kickstarter campaign. And one of the backer tiers was that we would put a billboard ad for you in Fortune Night. A few people backed at that tier, so the Sparkling Eyes is one of the requested billboard ads. Shovel Knight Week, yeah. The Shovel Knight devs are so cool. Like, when they first started showing off Shovel Knight, like we both of our teams had our convention debut at Florida SuperCon, and our booths were literally on back to back. So yeah, we struck up a conversation with them, and we've been pretty tight ever since. Just kind of like supporting each other's games, and I want to return the favor as well. Yeah, and I bumped into them later on the first time that we got to exhibit at PAX Prime. I think that was in like 2015. Yeah, I went to their the Shovel Knight booth, and they were like, "Hey, how's it going?" Oh, it was so nice to catch up again. But yeah, it's been a long time since I've been able to meet them in person. So maybe someday. I really want to start going to conventions again. I can't wait. Pokemon Nuzlocke? I can't say I've tried that before, but that would be very interesting, yes. As long as the Pokemon company doesn't have a problem with it. Morrowind is some hella jank, yeah. I don't know why, but I just like the jank. I like the jank in Morrowind. Like, one of my favorite things in Morrowind is that when you're first starting out and your character has a low movement speed, it's actually faster to go in third person and go into sneak mode, like, so you crouch down and like you rapidly tap the up and right keys. And for some reason your model just like skips every time you tap up and right during the sneaking animation. So it's like a crab walk. So what I like to do early on before I have a fast character is to just like crab walk everywhere. Oh, that's my favorite thing. But I really like the overarching story in Morrowind 2. It's really fascinating stuff, and just like the detail that they put into like the native Dunmer tribes is just really inspiring. Shantae Marathon, that would be interesting. I could do a Shantae week too. Because I can't say that I've actually beaten any of the Shantae games. I usually like get bored halfway through. But maybe if I commit to finishing them on stream. Undertale? I haven't actually played Undertale myself. I have watched other people play it. Yeah, total conversions of Doom. Oh yeah, I'd love to watch you play Doom. Yeah, awesome. Classic Doom VR. Yeah, it can be weird because of the sprites and their billboard effect. But there's a really cool mod that's out right now that turns all of the classic sprites into like voxels, and they look exactly like the original sprites, and I think that would make it easier on the eyes in VR. I'd love to try VR someday. Am I the only one who thinks Escal looks like Dwayne Johnson? Yeah, I can see that, honestly. Bomberman 64? Oh yeah, I remember Bomberman 64. I could play that. And I only played like the first like half an hour of Bomberman Hero, so I want to try that too. But I've heard that that's a really good game. Yeah, emotes. What kind of changes in creative direction went into FE2's music compared to FE1, if any? Both are super good, but they feel differently overall, and I can't quite put my finger on it. Yeah, it's a good question, Argo. I think the main difference is that, like, the boss music, you especially hear it in the boss music, like, it's moodier. Like, there isn't quite as much focus on melody, and I've heard some people are kind of turned off by that, but I don't think it's necessarily worse boss music than the first game, it's just different. But there are still a few like FP1 style boss tracks in the mix that like go extra hard on like melodic tones and stuff. And with the signature woofle guitars. Oh my gosh, my favorite boss track in the game is the one for Clockwork Arboretum's boss. Oh, that goes so hard. I love it. I also really like the one for Murder's Last Phase. That's like super anime. Hi, Randy Rose. Thank you for stopping by. We're just casually chatting about some of the games I want to play on stream later on. Now that our game is finished and released. Yes, I am the producer of the Freedom Planet series. The game came out exactly a week ago. Just watching Rick and Morty. Oh, cool. Yeah, I've only watched like the first 3 episodes of that, I think. Dev friendships. Okay, I really need to take a sippy. Oh, hi CT Matthews Dev. Thank you for stopping by. Just dropping in to say congrats on the FP2 launch. It looks great. Thank you so much. Hello, Dark Moon Cross. Thank you for stopping by as well. Shovel Knight devs and Freedom Planet devs back to back. That's awesome. Yeah. Oh my gosh. They're such nice people. Yeah, have I played Cave Story before? I can't say I have. I could play the free version sometime. You should play this really cool game, Freedom Planet 2, on stream. I think you'd like it. The dev seems pretty nice too. Yeah, that sounds like an interesting game. I wonder what it's about. Yeah, I'll look into it and give it a shot. For real though, I haven't actually given Freedom Planet 2 like an earnest, like full playthrough. So it might be nice to kind of like play the game from the perspective of a player instead of the dev. VR chat? I would need a 3D model for that, of course, but I think it'd be cool to try out. To see what this newfangled virtual reality technology is all about. Incorrect vinyl marks. Oh shoot, yeah, I forgot to address that in the most recent patch. I'll write it down now so I don't forget. So I think I heard Ancestral Forge's vinyl was incorrect. Vinyl icon on world map incorrect. Okay. Yeah, it was Ancestral Forge, and I'm not sure if there's any other ones, but I'll address that in the next patch. Yeah. Original FP1 boss theme reminds you of Sandstorm. Yeah, I could see that. True Final Boss is good too. Yeah, that was like a 3-musician, like a group effort. It turned out really well. Imagine some people have difficulty to adapt new designs for characters, like Nira had different skin color. Yeah, like Nira had peach-colored skin in the first game, and then that turned to white, like a polar bear in the sequel. And I really like the polar bear fur on her. I think it suits her colder color palette a lot better. Like, it just feels weird to look back at FP1 Nira. I've actually seen a fan sprite of FP1 Nira with FP2's like color palette and outfit, and it looks really good. So can we agree that Woofle is like Joan Senua? How do I pronounce that? I'm sorry, lo siento. But for Freedom Planet, famous for the guitars? Yeah, I can see that. Gosh, she goes hard with guitars. And like Western style, like music in general. She's really good on the piano as well. Cave Story's super good. Yeah, I've heard. Thoughts on Sonic Frontiers? I think they've redeemed themselves presentation-wise. Because I remember people were worried about like the original footage and how like it made the world feel emptier than it actually is. But ever since they started showing off like combat and like cutscenes and stuff, like the story looks really interesting. I think this could be the most intriguing plot since Sonic Adventure 2 for me. I was probably working for Yacht Club Games at the time that you were hanging out with them, but I was remote, so I never went to any conventions. Oh, that's really interesting, Matthews. Yeah, Yacht Club's good people from my personal conversations with them. Really cool to hang out with, and I'm so thankful for their support for Freedom Planet. And gosh, like Shovel Knight, like I've only played Treasure Trove so far. Like the original campaigns with like Shovel Knight, and I played a little bit of Plague Knight, and I played all of King Knight, and you can just tell like they love what they do so much. There's just so much passion put into the series. Like, how many games, Shovel Knight games are there now? Like, gosh. But yeah, I love the series. Oh yeah, I want to play Friend and Fairy games too. I want to play Grapple Force Arena. I want to play Pedal Crash. I need to get better at Pedal Crash. Like, maybe I could bring Ashley on stream with me. And, like, she could teach me how to, like, improve my skills. Skybridge's vinyl? Yeah, I'll check Skybridge's vinyl as well. That one might be incorrect as well. Okay, Skybridge. Twitter-related question. Is it okay to mention you in future Freedom Planet art? Yes, that's okay. Feel free to tag me. Yeah, take care. Okay, see you later, Joker. Thank you for chatting with us. Wolf's pretty good on the everything. Absolutely. Oh gosh, she's such a good musician. I'm so glad that we have been able to collaborate for so long together. Okay, hydrate. Okay, thank you, PVL7, for the hydration reminder. Oh. Oh yeah, I actually bought Carol Blaster too. I just haven't played it, but I bought it because I wanted to support the developer. Because I heard they went through some things with Cave Story, and yeah, I hope Carol Blaster has been doing well enough for them to get by. Yeah, it's technically one game, 3 side campaigns for Shovel Knight. Yeah, that's Treasure Trove, 3 games in 1. Wait, no, 4. Shovel, Plague, Spectre, and King. I haven't played Spectre yet. I want to, though. VTuber Pedal Crash Battles, yeah! Okay, for me, Title Gate and Nalao Lake show vinyls collected, even though they aren't. Okay, okay, so Nalao Lake, Title Gate, show vinyl collected. Even though they're not. Okay, thank you. Alright, I'll address those. I think like all of the late game vinyl are like offset by 1, so I just have to go through them one by one and change the ID numbers. Oh, thank you PVL for the stretch reminder. Okay, I need to hold the pose for at least like 7 or 8 seconds. Otherwise it can hurt. Yeah, there we go. Cause yeah, that's the thing. When I get up in the morning, when I stretch, I need to hold the pose for a while until my muscles adapt to it. If I just stretch for like half a second and then immediately snap back, it can hurt sometimes. And that can result in my muscles like getting in knots and stuff. So I don't know why it works that way, but yeah, if you stretch, make sure you hold it. How does it keep breaking? Yeah, it's just an oversight. So I think like once the vinyl IDs are fixed, then they'll be fixed for good. We just have to double check. I'm okay at pedal crash. Not terrible, but not impressive. Yeah, I feel the same way. I think the most I can handle for the CPU difficulty level is like 5. I can't remember if it's numbers or if they have actual titles, but like middle of the road, I would say. I made bold claims about being amazing at Pedal Crash before the game was released, and boy howdy did I eat my words, LMAO. Oh yeah. Like, I've watched some of the Puzzle Wednesday streams, because they have Pedal Crash tournaments every now and then. And it's just so fascinating, like how skilled, like the veteran Pedal Crash players are. They go insanely fast. It's really cool to watch, like 2 like really fast expert players like duking it out. And like just the way they commentate, like with like the techniques that they're pulling off and stuff, it's really cool. I'm so happy that Pedal Crash has a metagame and like a competitive scene. Everybody gangsta until Room Prism or Loprito are in the stream. Yeah. Oh my gosh, they're like the reigning champions right now, right? It's so cool. I hope there's a sequel someday. I don't know when that would be, but like I can imagine it would upgrade from Game Boy graphics to like Super Nintendo graphics. And maybe there could be like a voice-acted announcer. That would be cute. I haven't tried Pedal Crash yet. It's pretty cheap. I think it's only like, I don't know, like $8. I can't remember. But It's up on Steam and itch. And it's also on mobile devices. It's on Android and iPhone. So it's really cool. Like even if the main style of gameplay is too stressful, there's like a puzzle mode where you have like a limited amount of turns, but you can take as long as you want to try and solve the puzzle with specific moves. I'd love a Grapple Force Arena sequel. The universe and characters were lovely. Yeah, I'd love a Grapple Force Arena sequel as well. It'd be cool if it had like a multiplayer component. Because like imagine like duking it out on like the grappling hooks and stuff. And they could call the multiplayer mode like Grapple Force Arena. Super excited for Ashley's next game. I'm really interested to see if they make that Rampart spiritual successor. I was hyped over the character designs. Yeah, I really like the designs for the Rampart clone too. I've also seen Ashley post like animated GIFs of like fairies and yo-yos. That looks like a really neat game too. Grapple Force Arena. It's funny because like when we were still showing off Grapple Force Arena at conventions, we noticed that some people would just like pronounce the game's title as Grapple Force Arena. Like I don't know if they weren't paying attention to the title or if it was just like a slip of the tongue, but it was interesting. Grapple Force Arena. Grapple Force Arena. Yeah, it's been really wonderful to work with Ashley to bring those games to life. And I honestly wouldn't mind doing another collaboration in the future where we publish one of her games. Thank you, Dr. Wallaby, for the follow. I appreciate it. Yeah, we're just hanging out after the release of our game Freedom Plant 2 last week. I am forcing myself to take a break on stream today. Because I've been working for like 3 days nonstop. Hello. Really expecting to get into the game, but alas, I couldn't enjoy it. Yeah, the grappling controls can take some getting used to. Like, I find that I find it most comfortable with like a keyboard and mouse setup, where I control the grappling hook with the mouse, and then I move Arena with the keyboard keys. Ever played 2020 X-Facey? It's a roguelike Mega Man game. The devs are currently making 30XX, and it's on early access. Yeah, I loved 20XX. Oh my gosh, when the final version first came out, like, I was able to beat it first try, but it was very clutch and very stressful. I almost didn't make it. Like, I was on my last hit point when I beat the final boss, and like the whole arena started exploding, and you had to run right to the right to avoid the explosions. I like literally made it like right at the last nanosecond before the explosions got me, and I was like, yes! That was really fun. That was a really fun game though. I liked playing Nina the most because she's plays most like X from Mega Man X with like the long range attacks. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to 30XX. It looks so pretty. Are you a game dev? Yes, I am a game developer. And the lovely lady who is providing my voice and controlling me is Sabrina Doduro, the owner of Galaxy Trail and the producer of the Freedom Planet series of platform games. Yeah. Thank you for the link, Event Horizon. Okay, I need to take a sippy again. Hold on. Okay. Okay, yeah, check out her most recent game. Yeah, like, I honestly like how 20XX and 30XX wear their Mega Man inspiration on their sleeve. And I think it's just different enough that, like, it doesn't really feel the same. Yeah, I'm the producer of Freedom Land 2. And I am eternally grateful to all of our lovely staff for making this game a reality. Oh yeah. Yeah, like that's really cool that Dusky, in addition to helping us with Freedom Planet 2 and working on her own game, Havoc Fox, she also made a Pulseman fan game out of nowhere. Oh my gosh. She's got so much talent. Yeah, she's a hardworking bean. Yeah, I hope things are going well in school for her too. It seems like it is. Yeah, there's some stuff that I'm looking forward to playing. Yeah, there's other games I want to try out as well. I think it'd be fun to do like a deep dive into like the earliest Click Team games that I played when I was growing up. Like just like see if they're still uploaded somewhere and then like play them and see if they'll work on my new computer. That would be cool. But if they don't, then maybe I can get them to work through like a Windows XP emulator or something. Oh yeah, and I want to play Gran Turismo as well, like the PS classics. Like those are a nice like ASMR type game for me, where if I just want to like really relax and just like chill and play something, then like I like the first two Gran Turismo games for that, because they have such a chill atmosphere. And I also don't have to fiddle around with like logins or menus or anything like that. I can just like put it in and only like flip through a few menus and I can start driving. It's nice. Yeah, we're all talking about you, Dusky. Yeah, we're saying so many terrible things about you, like how you're a talented artist and developer. Twitch chat related games? Yeah, I have heard that that's a thing. That might be cool. But if I don't play games where that's like compatible, then I could maybe like do like channel point rewards that I keep track of. To where like if you spend so many channel points, then I have to like switch my character or my vehicle or whatever or something like that. Dusky. Dusky. How dare. Wah. Wah. I'm working on my own Animal People comic series, and the main character is a duck girl, so I would take this opportunity to say quack. Wah. Nice. There's different kinds of quacks. There's the wah, there's and there's like I wonder if there'll be more Mega Man games in the future. Yeah, it's really cool that they brought back Battle Network and that they're working on an online component. I always felt like that would be a series that would work really well online, so it'll be interesting to see how popular it is. But yeah, I played the first two Battle Network games and I loved them. Battle Network. It would be funny if you made that Urdim. What Urdim? Like if I did the Bird Guard voice. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, I could add that for future streams. You get a new Mega Man game, but it's just Mega Man 12. Honestly, I wouldn't mind that. Because, like, I really liked Mega Man 11. But I must admit, it wasn't, like, as chock full of content as Mega Man 10 was. So if Mega Man 12 would be, like, Mega Man 11, but more of it, and, like, extra characters and side content, I'd be down for that. Because if there's one thing that the classic Mega Man series is good at, it's consistency. Like, consistently good jumping and shooting action. Yeah, they're making 30XX nice. Can I talk in that voice? I don't know.
What? Can I talk in that voice? I guess.
Wishing you a pleasant stream. Thank you, Anne. Thank you for stopping by. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah, I could play around with that. Adding a channel point reward where I kind of try to talk as bird guard for like a minute or two. You turn into a game critic for a second there. Yeah, kind of. You know what? Actually, the voice kind of reminds me of the stupid Vine that my niece showed me. Because, like... well, not a Vine, but like a TikTok thing. But like, she's at that age now where she's just kind of like deep diving into TikTok. And she kept saying this weird phrase like, wonky slush. And I had no idea why. She kept saying it the last time that we were babysitting. And I was like, why are you saying that? And she showed me a video of some guy saying, wonky slush. Oh my gosh. Kids these days. But yeah, my nieces can be sweet beans when they're separated. But when they're together, like when we're babysitting all three of them at once, they just fight all the time. Yeah, they're at that age. I physically cringed in class. Oh my gosh. You're in class right now. Okay, sippy time. Children, I tell ya. Yeah, I miss Vine too. Honestly, I don't know what's worse. The fact that Vine closed down because it wasn't profitable, or the thought that of how much worse it would be if it kept going and found a way to be profitable. So yeah, it was too good to last. You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. TikTok scares me, but it makes me laugh sometimes. Yeah, like I've noticed some VTubers that I follow post on TikTok regularly, and like it's a completely different style that you have to approach your TikTok videos in. It reminds me a lot of Vine, but instead of only having 7 seconds, you keep it like anywhere from like 10 to 20 seconds on average. Glad my nieces and nephew are too young for the internet and just watch Bluey all day. Yeah, I've heard Bluey is a nice show. I have been highly tempted to introduce them to the Badger song. And then they would go home to my sister and just like play the Badger song constantly to her. If they like it. Oh my gosh. I think that would be hilarious. Yeah, TikTok is a whole different medium. Yeah, you have to find a perfect time for that. Don't squander it. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm gonna make a TikTok account to promote myself, because I'm not sure if I'm like I'm not sure if I have that much energy. Thank you, Joshi the Yoshi, for the follow. I appreciate it. Joshi the Yoshi. Thank you. Oh, the Badger song introduction. Yeah. Hello. Yeah, I'm not really familiar with, like, Twitter is basically, like, the only social media that I really use. I only have a Facebook account for, like, DMs with family members. Bats are cute. Yeah, bats are so cute. And I got wiggling arms. Wiggling arms. I can flap with them. See. Da, 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 da. I can just kind of flap. Weep, weep, weep. And I've got poofy pants. Poofy pants. But yes, I am Spacey Bottltelli. I am a bat and also a game developer. Bat burritos, yeah. Oh, that could be one of our emotes in the future. Like once I commission emotes, I could get a bat burrito. That would be awesome. Yeah, I really only use Discord as well with for real-time communication. And like Twitter for like advertising and promotion of stuff. Bats sound like they have a hard time in the FP universe with all the sights and sounds. Yeah, it can be rough. They need a lot of external gadgets to get around. Like they always need a pair of sunglasses, just in case it gets too bright. And they always need hooks on their shoes so that they have a way of carrying stuff around while flying. But I think it's really cool. It's really creative. I'm super glad that Tyson came up with such a cute concept for FP2's bats. And it directly inspired my VTuber. Their massive hands can eclipse the moon. Yeah. Yeah. Girls with giant monster hands are so cool. Like actual beastly hands. Bats eating bananas are also the best. Oh my gosh, yes. So cute. Ironically, my real life favorite fruit is bananas. Yeah, I like bananas a lot. I like strawberries too. And peaches when they're part of a smoothie. Like, fruit smoothies are like my go-to breakfast when I don't feel like cooking. And I like putting bananas and strawberries in, and also peaches. Like I think that's a really good combination. And then I add a little bit of spinach and some seeds, and it's delicious and healthy. Oh, banana. Just don't eat it with the peel? Oh gosh, no. Yeah, the cool thing about having bananas in smoothie too is that, like, since they're gonna be like mashed up into a liquid, I don't care if they're like a little bit brown. I can just plop them in and then it adds the flavor. I heard you should eat bananas in the morning and daytime, but not on nighttime. I heard that too. Like, apparently bananas can give you nightmares if you eat them before bed. At least that's what I heard. I don't know if it's true. Oh, I need another sippy. Everything can give you nightmares if it's traumatic enough. Absolutely. Banana plus papaya is a good combo. Oh, I haven't had a papaya in a while. I should try that again if they sell it nearby. Because I like going to the local farmer's market when they're in season. Because my mom clued me in on it. So, like, I like going there to get fresh fruits and vegetables. Locally grown, of course. There was this old DOS game called Zool, and it had a banana demon. Huh. That sounds really interesting. Da, da, da. Oh my gosh, yeah. Like, I've tried a few different kinds of fruit smoothies. Like, I've mixed like blueberries in there too, and pineapple. Pineapple's another good one to add into a smoothie. Ube Garden somehow made its way into my dream today. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I just, like, made, like, a killer Ube enemy and never finished it, so, oops. But, like, yeah, Dawn introduced me to Ube, like, purple yams. Like, I haven't actually tasted them yet, but I've, like, looked up, like, pictures and stuff, and it seems really interesting. Like, I'm very surprised that you can make desserts with it. I wonder what that tastes like. I'm very interested to try it out someday. Bubble tea. Yeah, I need to try bubble tea too. I've heard that's really good. Ube is very sweet. Okay, yes, then it would make sense that it's for desserts. Oh gosh, yeah. Oh yeah, I gotta remember to bake that cookie mix that I got last week. I've been so busy with the game that I forgot that I bought it, but it looks really good. Just like normal chocolate chip cookie mix. But I also got it at the market, so I just love the smell of freshly baked cookies, especially in the evening and especially when the weather gets cold. Yeah, I think I'll treat myself tonight. And my mother. Oh my gosh, my mom was so adorable. Like, the day that Freedom Planet 2 came out, she got home like 5 hours later, and she brought home a bouquet of lilac flowers. Oh my gosh. It was so cute. And she brought a balloon that says congrats, which I still have attached to my desk. And later that day, she, well, I was sitting on the couch, like, looking at messages and stuff, and she just walks into the living room with a plate and, like, a slice of my favorite kind of cake, Boston cream, and a candle in it, and she starts singing, like, Happy Release Day to you, Happy Release Day to you. Oh, and I was like, oh my gosh. Like, I actually legitimately started crying because of how cute she was being that day. But yeah, if there's anyone that I was able to, like, celebrate personally with on release day, I'm glad it was my mom. Yeah. I heard that Dawn puts lavender in some of her meals. Want to try that someday too? I saw that. Like, she retweeted something about, like, lavender cookies. That looks really cool. There's a negative review claiming staff went unpaid. What? Oh yeah, Tyson mentioned that. Like, someone tried to claim that we didn't pay him, but then he went on Twitter and clarified that he volunteered for the project. Like, I asked him repeatedly, like, please let me pay you, and he refused. It's like literally the hardest thing in the world is to convince Tyson Tan to do art for money. But yeah, like, he did agree to have his logo on Boot Up. So I'm glad for that. I'm glad we could at least do that for him. I want to see if I can, like, sneak him a present sometime, but I would have to know, like, a P.O. box or something to send it to. But it'd be cool if I could send him, like, a surprise gift. Yeah, Tyson's been amazing. Like, the passion that he's poured into our project. And the fact that he just does it because he just did it because he wanted to. Because he loved Freedom Planet so much. Like, I can't even comprehend what I could have done, like, early on to deserve that much support from him. But I'm so grateful. Like, honestly, like, all of his work that he's put in with the designs and everything, it's, like, practically guaranteed that the game, like, has a future outside of the games. He is well off. I do know that, like, his job pays him very well. But yeah, he told me that somebody, like, accused me of not paying him deliberately against his will. And I'm like, what? So he clarified on Twitter, and they retracted their statement, thankfully. But yeah, I would never not pay somebody. Like they're I just can't imagine. But yeah, Tyson is doing well, thankfully. But he has actually said to me that if he were ever in a situation where he needed the money, then he would accept payment. So that put my mind at ease, at least. But yeah, everybody else has been paid exactly what they deserve for all their hard work and support. And especially like after we start getting income from this game, and it's gonna be so good. Like that's the challenge with game development, like making a game that's this big. Because it took 7 years, and there have been times in the past where I ran out of money, so I had to ask everyone to put their work on hold, and then I just did work by myself for a few months until I could raise enough money again to start paying people. So that's the big challenge of a project this long, is that you have to do what you can to hold out until release day. And then on release day, you get a big payoff that will hopefully make up for all the years that you weren't earning an income. Later in the project, the main source of income was the release of the original Freedom Planet on consoles like PS4 and Nintendo Switch and stuff. Like early on, we were released on the Wii U, but like after the Nintendo Switch came out and got really popular, we started work on porting that. And that's been a good anchor for us throughout Freedom Planet 2's development. And of course, Pedal Crash helped a bit too. Like, Ashley gets most of the income from Pedal Crash, but since we put in the work to publish it, we get a little bit from that too. So that helped give us a nice push as well. Yeah, publishing Grapple Force Arena and Pedal Crash helped both of our studios, both Galaxy Trail and Friend and Fairy. Okay. Yeah, I feel my voice fading again. Hope the game sold well so far. It deserves it. Oh my gosh, yes. Last time I checked, I think we were at like 12,000 copies sold in a week. That's amazing. Like, seriously. I'm so grateful. Like, I can finally help out with bills now. I'm looking forward to that. Hey chat, do you think I should get Sprite or Fanta from this vending machine? Can we do polls now? I don't know the command for polls. Okay, well, yeah, I would have to say if it's orange Fanta, then orange Fanta. Yeah, and we haven't even hit... Oh, there we go. Thank you. Oh, sorry. I may have skewed the poll a little bit with my opinion. But honestly, Sprite is good depending on what you have with it. Like, I don't drink I don't drink soda anymore, but back when I used to, Sprite was my go-to at McDonald's. Because at the McDonald's that I used to go to, they had like the drink dispensers like in the dining area instead of behind the counter. So if you were careful, you could sneak in a soft drink without paying for it. And I always chose Sprite because it looked like water. So just in case somebody saw me pouring the Sprite when I didn't pay for it, I could be like, oh no, it's just water. Thank you, Anne, for the follow. I appreciate it so much. Thank you, thank you. Ah yes, 92% Fanta. Yeah. Sorry, I may have skewed the results. Okay, there you go. Fanta it is. Fanta, Fanta, don't you wanna? But yeah, the closest I get to drinking soft drinks these days is like that flavored vitamin water. But other than that, I usually stick to berry juice or orange juice. Mega G Wolf! Hi! How's it hanging out? I'm glad you're enjoying the game so far. I'm glad you're streaming it. Oh, hello Shinryu. Hi, thank you for stopping by. Yeah, I know Shinryu from like a Mega Man fan game that we both contributed levels to. It's actually a series. It's called Make a Good Mega Man Level. Once I play through the classic games on stream, like during Mega Manuary, I think it might be fun to like start playing Mega Man fan games too, and I want to start like playing through Mag Mammal. Well, it's called Mag Mammal for short, but Make a Good Mega Man Level. Yeah, I entered the level design contest for the second one, so that was really cool. I liked that a lot. And like the third one has so many levels. I think there's like almost 200 entries, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, that'll take a while to get through once I get to it. But first, I want to play all of the classic Mega Man games for context. Love Soda too much. Yeah, but been a blast so far. I wish I could have played more already, but been a heck of a week. Oh my gosh, yes. It's a chunky game. I'll give you that. Like it's longer than the first Freedom Planet. So I am glad that we were able to like divide it into separate story arcs so that our players have like neat little breaking points in between sessions. But thank you so much, Mega G. Thank you. Any idea how long till work resumes on other projects? Not too long. I mean, we're gonna be constantly working in the background on the console ports and stuff and further patches for the game. But I think, like, by the end of this month, I should be able to start focusing on other projects. And I already know what my next game's gonna be. I can't wait to share it with everyone, but I'm gonna wait this time until there's actually gameplay to show. Mega Man Unlimited, that would be fun to play. Like, I have some beefs with how certain things were handled in it, so I think it would be fun to give it like an honest critique. But overall, I do think it's a good fan game. And the music is absolutely bopping. Yeah, Mega Manuary. Like, I was like one of my first streams. Like, I was thinking about what month I would want to stream it, and then Proto out of nowhere says Mega Manuary, and I start bursting out laughing for like 2 or 3 minutes straight. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I need to do it in January now. Dr. Pepper runs through your veins. It's a surprisingly common blood type, I've heard. Dr. Pepper. Starting with Mega Man 1 on the NES? Yeah. I want to start with the first game. And then go through them in order up to Mega Man 6. And then I'm going to pivot over to the Mega Man X series. And then once I'm finished, once I've made progress in that, then I'll continue with 7 onwards. You made your own soda for 2 years? Fermented through natural processes using a culture of yeast and acetobacter? That's really interesting. Homemade soda, wow. That sounds really good. Oh, hi LQQQ. Thank you for stopping by. Can I call you Triple Q? Getting in here a bit late. FB2 blew me away, and I haven't been able to process anything else for the past week straight. I think that means you did a good job. Oh, thank you so much. I'm so glad you like it. And thank you for stopping by to share your well wishes. One thing I would like to see is maybe a free update. We can get another bonus level similar to the dice game in Freedom Planet 1. Yeah, I was actually working on like a card game, like inspired by Sevens, like early on in the game's development, but I didn't like how it felt, so I scrapped that idea. But yeah, maybe more side content eventually in the future if we can figure out something cool to do. One thing that we're kind of like semi-working on is like a proper boss rush in the Battlesphere, but like there's just so much to test for. Like a proper boss rush of every boss in the game takes over 40 minutes, and that's a lot of testing. So we were worried it would be too buggy, so it was left out of the release for now. But maybe someday in the future. Okay, yeah. Wish you could save after finishing the 3rd episode before triggering the next story cutscene, since that's a good breaking point. Yeah, I agree. Like, I think we could play... What we could do is bring up a prompt at that point and ask people if they want to keep going or save and quit until next time. But, like, I'm kind of worried about how that would, like, spoil, like, the surprise of what's about to happen. But it's something we could play around with. Oh gosh, Steam Greenlight. I haven't heard about that in a long time, but that really did help with the first game. But I guess since we've been like, since we've had a Steamworks account for so long, we don't really need to go through that approval process anymore. Thankfully, we just need to pay a one-time fee for getting a game set up. Waiting to announce a project is pain, but a good idea. Yeah. In retrospect, I think we announced Freedom Planet 2 way too early. But it worked out, honestly, because we got some really cool fan art out of it. Which I'm really thankful for. For Halloween, please play Pumpkin Jack. I can't say I've heard of that. I'll have to look into it. Legacy Collection for the first 6 Mega Man games? Yeah. I've got the Legacy Collection on 3DS, so I'll just have to get it on PC as well. Few feelings are worse than working on something super cool and just not being able to talk about it for ages. Oh my goodness, yes. Like, I see that sentiment a lot with my voice actor friends as well, like the dreaded NDA, non-disclosure agreement. But it's for the best, and my hat's off to people who can restrain themselves especially for very long-term projects. Thank you, Suikadark VT. Yeah, okay. Suikadark VT, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. You gotta play Mr. Bones for the SNES, I think. That game has the most random genre switches I've ever seen. Huh. Is that the one where they have the CGI skeleton and he's got like blue eyes? Moonshine. It's apparently healthier for you, but can't comment on it. Just know that in the process, 80% of the sugar put in is eaten. Oh, that's really interesting. Thank you, Ferris Belfort, for the follow. I appreciate that. I need to take a sippy. Oh, wish you had ramen. Japanese soda looks tasty, but it's hard to find. Oh my gosh, I love ramen. Like, I've only had it 3 times at this hibachi restaurant that was really good when I was still living in my old town. But every time I went there, I had the ramen, and it's so tasty. Yeah, that's like the one exception now for my ban on soft drinks. So good. Yeah, like hibachi in general is just amazing. I'd love to have like a hibachi sometime in the near future. Gosh, like the fried rice that they make with it, it's just so good. Oh, Sega Saturn, right. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen that. That might be fun for October, when we start getting spooky and scary and skeleton-y. Haven't played the game yet, but is there an in-universe explanation as to why dragons have super speed? Not particularly. I think it's just kind of like an innate power that they share. But yeah, like, I feel like not every power needs to be like wholly explained. But it'd be really interesting to see what the fan theories are as to what makes it possible for them to run at super fast speed. Treehouse, yeah. Like I was talking earlier in the stream about how like early on I considered having a side quest in Freedom Planet 2 where you help rebuild Lilac's treehouse, but it would have taken time away from the graphic work we had to do for other hub areas, and I'm not sure what we could put in it, since by the time that the treehouse would be completely restored, you would have done everything that there's worth doing in the game. Oh my gosh, full boss rush of this game would be absolutely nuts. Ugh. But at least there's kind of a boss rush right now, where you just have to individually select each boss from the menu. A harder version of a boss rush, like a true arena? That's interesting. That's an interesting thought. Hello, Sweetie Dark. Did have a small question about the NPCs. Was there any kind of method for picking out what animal species they were for each area? Or was it just an anything goes type of thing? For the most part, it was anything goes. But I remember I specifically wanted birds for specific locations. And I also wanted the floating island to be where all the primates are. A wisecracking skeleton. Yeah. It'd be funny if once I commissioned someone to like make an updated VTuber model for me, it'd be funny if there was like a skeleton version that I could flip between. Just in case I wanted to get my spook on. Spooky, scary skeleton. You did announce Freedom Planet 2 early. What? Even up to the release after you confirmed Breast was coming on the 13th, we still had people that were but doubtful, inspecting, and delay. Yeah, that can happen. Like, for a long-term project, once a concrete release date is announced, you kind of, like, can't believe it until it happens, but it happened. Oh, hi, Ferris Belfour. Hello, hello. To everyone else who's popping in. Yeah, Dragon Magic. Like, it's interesting because Freedom Planet, the franchise kind of leans into science fiction more, but it's kind of like science magic. Like, it's like very soft on its definition of science. Stretch? Okay, stretch time. Okay, thank you, Will. Oh, creaky neck. Xenoblade has spoiled you on fictional worlds having an explanation for everything. Yeah, I've heard good things about that series. I think it's a little too, like, vast for me to really sink my teeth into. Like, I'm like that with RPGs in general. Like, it takes a lot, but once I get into it, I really get into it. Okay. What was the decision behind making Mila a potion seller slash scientist? Yeah, like, I think Mila is really awesome in the sequel, the way she's written. Like, basically what happened is that after the events of the first game, she kind of got taken in by the residents of the monastery. And, like, Juniper especially started, like, teaching her stuff. Like, she started going to school under Juniper's wing, literally. And you can tell she's a little bit more educated now. Oh, thank you, Shinryu, for the follow. I appreciate that. But yeah, you can tell she's more educated this time around. At least she tries to be. And, like, she's such a hardworking little bean. And yeah, she's... I think it's quite a bit improved over her depiction in the first game. Like, she's kind of developed this, like, kind of mad scientist vibe, but not really. But, like, all things considered, like, based on what she went through in the first game, like, she at the beginning of FP2 story, she's doing better than the other two characters. So she's living up, she's having a good life. Nothing but love for a cute doggo. Yeah, her Spanish is so adorable too. Yeah, there's a bit of Spanish sprinkled into the game. Like between her and between Carol's sister, Corazon T. Yeah, the super feather potion. She mentioned that in the first game, and then in the second game you could finally use it. Alchemists are my favorite fantasy profession. Thank Ragnarok Online for that. Nice. Yeah, absolutely. Well, I do feel my voice fading. So I am gonna call it for today. But I'll read a few more comments before I call it under wraps. Okay. Given the suggestion of a harder boss rush earlier, I'm just imagining a secret / buff version of Captain Kalau that zips around like supersonic and goes even more over the top with his poses and attacks. That would be pretty cool. Like, Golden Captain Kalau, maybe? I could see that working, like, if like there are super bosses that are just like the player bosses, but a lot harder. Do you like Rusabat? I do. But, like, it's funny because I was saying last stream, like, at the start, before my puppies interrupted, like, I love her style, but if Rusabat and Spacey Bottotelli ever met, we would just take turns stealing each other's crystals. She would try to swipe my crystal skulls, and I would try to swipe whatever jewels that she has in her collection. So it would be kind of tedious and annoying, but as a character, I dig her vibes a lot. So nice chatting with you. Likewise. Oh my gosh, thank you all for stopping by and for having a nice conversation with me and helping me relax for once in the past like week or so. Oh yeah, the bunny poster in Mila's house. That is a Full Metal Alchemist reference. Yeah, thank you all so much. Oh, I want to see if my friend Alex is still streaming. If she is, maybe we can do our first raid. Let me see. She is streaming. You guys want to raid? Okay. Alright, how do I do this? /raid. Alex-esque. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna hop over in a bitty. See you all later. Bye.